You know that feeling when you're standing at the crossroads, unsure which way to turn, and suddenly something shifts inside you, a quiet knowing, a gentle pull toward a certain direction. You can't explain it logically, but your heart feels it. That, my beloved, might be Allah's guidance unfolding in your life right now. And you might not even realize it. We spend so much time asking Allah for signs, for clarity, for direction. We make dua at night with tears streaming down our faces, wondering if He's listening. But here's the truth that changes everything. Allah is guiding you right now in ways so subtle, so perfectly woven into your everyday life, that you walk right past the signs without recognizing them. Today we're going to talk about 6 clear signs that Allah's guidance is actively working in your life. Signs you've probably already experienced but never connected to His divine hand. Think about this. You wanted something so badly, you prayed for it, you planned for it, you could practically taste it, and then it didn't happen. A job fell through, a relationship ended, a business venture collapsed. In that moment you felt devastated. Your mind raced with questions. Why would Allah do this to me? What did I do wrong? But now, months or years later, you look back and you see it clearly. That closed door saved you from something worse. That job would have destroyed your mental health. That relationship was slowly poisoning your spirit. That business venture would have led you into compromising your values. And you realize something profound. The pain you felt wasn't punishment. It was protection. When Allah closes a door, it's because He sees what you cannot see. He knows what lies beyond that threshold. The heartbreak, the betrayal, the regret. His love for you is so vast that He allows you to experience the disappointment of a closed door rather than the devastation of what would have happened had it opened. This is guidance in its purest form. It's Allah saying, I love you too much to let you walk into that harm. Sometimes a stranger walks into your life at the exact moment you need them most. Maybe it was a mentor who appeared when you were lost in your career. Someone who believed in you when you didn't believe in yourself. Or a friend who showed up during your darkest hour, not because you asked, but because something prompted them to call you that day. Or perhaps it was someone who challenged you spiritually, someone whose words or actions made you question yourself, made you grow, made you become closer to Allah. They might not have known the impact they were having, but they were placed in your path for a reason. This isn't coincidence. This is Allah orchestrating the details of your life with perfect timing. When the right person appears in your life, someone who lifts you, teaches you, protects you, or transforms you, recognize it for what it is, a sign that Allah is guiding your journey. He's sending you exactly who you need, exactly when you need them. And sometimes the person Allah sends isn't someone who makes life easier. Sometimes there's someone who makes you uncomfortable, who challenges your comfort zone, who pushes you toward your potential. That too is guidance. That too is love wrapped in difficulty. Life has a way of redirecting us when we're stubborn. You had a plan. It was a good plan, logical, sensible. You could see the whole road ahead, but then something blocked your way. An injury, a financial setback, a family crisis, unexpected timing. Something forced you off your intended path. You were frustrated, angry even. You couldn't understand why Allah was making things so difficult. But in being forced to take a different route, you discovered something better, a skill you never thought you'd develop, an opportunity you never would have pursued, a version of yourself you never knew existed. The obstacle wasn't meant to stop you. It was meant to redirect you towards something greater, something that aligned more perfectly with Allah's plan for your life than your own plan ever could have. This is the paradox of divine guidance. Sometimes it feels like a barrier, but it's actually a compass pointing you toward your true calling. There's a difference between the peace that comes from getting what you want and the peace that comes from doing what's right. One is temporary satisfaction. The other is something deeper, something that touches your soul. You make a decision. Maybe it costs you something. Maybe it's uncomfortable. Maybe it goes against what your ego wanted. But immediately afterward, there's a calm that settles over you, a quietness, a knowing that you did the right thing. That peace is a sign. The Quran speaks of hearts finding rest in the remembrance of Allah. But it also speaks of a peace that comes when we align ourselves with His will, when we choose honesty over profit, kindness over revenge, patience over anger, trust over control. When you experience that peace, that deep, unmistakable calm that says you chose right, you're experiencing Allah's guidance in real time. He's confirming your choice. He's rewarding your obedience with a feeling that logic alone could never produce. Learn to recognize this sign. When your heart is at peace, you're walking the right path. There are trials that come into our lives that we would never choose. Loss, illness, betrayal, grief that feels too heavy to carry. In those moments, we might shake our fists at the sky and ask, why? Where is your guidance in this? But Allah's guidance doesn't always mean the removal of pain. Sometimes it means the transformation through pain. A mother who loses a child finds a compassion she never knew she possessed. She becomes a source of comfort to others suffering the same loss. A man who battles addiction and emerges victorious becomes a beacon of hope to countless others fighting the same battle. Someone who endures betrayal develops a depth of wisdom and discernment that protects them and serves others for the rest of their life. The trial wasn't meant to destroy you. It was meant to cultivate something extraordinary within you, something that can only grow through struggle. This is guidance disguised as hardship. This is Allah shaping you into who you need to become. When you look back at the most painful seasons of your life, you often find they were also the seasons that made you who you are today. The trials were the chisel, Allah was the sculptor, and what emerged was more beautiful than you could have imagined. You miss a flight, and later you hear that flight had an incident. You lose your wallet, and in searching for it, you discover a financial opportunity you would have otherwise missed. You make a dua for guidance, and within days, 3 different people offer you advice, pointing in the same direction. Individually, these might seem like small coincidences. But when you step back and look at the pattern of your life, you see something astonishing. There's a thread of divine protection and provision woven through everything. This is the sign that often goes unnoticed because we're too focused on looking for one big miracle. But Allah's guidance often works through 1,000 small miracles, a series of seemingly unrelated events that when seen together reveal an unmistakable pattern of care. Start paying attention to these small signs. The unexpected opportunity. The person who called just when you needed to talk. The delay that prevented disaster. The door that opened exactly when you needed it to. The resource that appeared from nowhere. The answer that came through an unexpected source. These aren't random, they're evidence of a guide who loves you so much that he's constantly arranging the details of your life for your benefit. What we've talked about today points to something essential. Allah's guidance isn't something distant or difficult to access. It's not waiting for you at the end of a long spiritual journey. It's active in your life right now. The tragedy is that we often fail to recognize it. We're so focused on praying for guidance that we don't see the guidance that's already been given. We're looking for a lightning bolt when Allah is whispering through the still small voice within our hearts. Guidance comes through the closing of doors and the opening of unexpected ones. It comes through the people Allah places in our path. It comes through the peace that settles over us when we make the right choice. It comes through hardship that transforms us. It comes through the subtle orchestration of 1,000 small events that together create a masterpiece. When you truly understand this, your relationship with Allah transforms. You stop feeling abandoned or uncertain. Instead, you feel held, guided, protected, loved with a specificity and tenderness that touches the deepest parts of your heart. My beloved brothers and sisters, as you go through your day today, I want you to do something. Look for the signs. Notice the closed door that protected you. Recognize the person Allah sent. Feel the peace of the right choice. See the growth hidden within your struggle. Pay attention to the small miracles. And when you see them, when recognition dawns on you that this is Allah guiding me, pause, thank Him. Let your heart overflow with gratitude for a guide whose wisdom exceeds all understanding. The signs are there. They've always been. You're not lost. You're not abandoned. You're being guided by the most merciful, the all-knowing, the one who loves you more than you could ever love yourself. Oh Allah, we ask you to open our eyes to see your guidance in our lives. Grant us hearts that recognize your sign. Bless us with the wisdom to trust your plan, even when we cannot see the full picture. And guide us always toward what is good for our deen and our dunya. Ameen. May Allah protect your heart, clear your path, and grant you the wisdom to recognize His guidance unfolding all around you. May you walk forward with confidence, knowing that every step you take is guided by the hand of the one who loves you most.